I'm very disappointed with a lot of things yesterday, and we're going to talk about it. But please understand that at no point am I, and I think many of you, saying we should sack the manager. I still firmly believe that we might have 4 points from 15 after Chelsea and Man City. Beat Burnley, lose to them. But I also firmly believe that by game 30, we'll be in a better position, because I don't think our season's really going to get going till game 10. And I think that's when we need to start winning every week. I think there are signs that we can do it, but there are also massive, massive problems. And the first place to start is going to have to be the midfield. I actually thought the comment from Amorim last night was absolutely shocking. And I'll read you the comment here. He said after the game, Bruno is not used to missing a penalty. He knows that every moment in this context can give a huge impact on the team. I felt that during the game he was not happy, not so involved, because he had so much responsibility, and he felt he missed the penalty was huge for us. So effectively after the game, Ruben Amorim talking about Bruno Fernandes was that he was impacted by that penalty. He wasn't happy, and basically had a bad game. And obviously the question has to be, if you're watching what we're watching, and you know he's having a bad game, and you know he's impacted, why did you keep him on the pitch? And you have to take responsibility for that. I was stunned last night. I almost went live again, but the fan forum was live, and I thought I'll leave it till the morning show. I was absolutely stunned. And then he said about Mainoo's in direct competition with Bruno. And I was like, it's like Ian Beale being in competition for a role with Brad Pitt. Like, you're never going to get the role. So what are we, I'm baffled. But then I saw a clip from Maud's this morning, and I'm sort of clinging on to that, because what Maud's basically said on his clip was, Bruno will be dropped. Bruno will be dropped because last season we have got no number 10. Ahmad was injured for half of the season. Rashford, Garnacho, Anthony, Sancho obviously didn't deliver. So we needed Bruno. You've now got Mbeumo. You've now got Mount. You've now got Cunha. Xerxes fit. Ahmad's fit. In the number 10 position, we're not reliant on Bruno. So we're putting him in the midfield where it's clearly not working. So the next step is Bruno has to be dropped. And the big question is, will Amorim do it? And it's a very logical and sensible, and I wouldn't expect anything better from Maud's, because I think he is very logical and sensible and speaks a lot of sense. It's true. We don't need Bruno as I would play Bruno as a 10, but we don't need him as a number 10, and he's certainly not a midfielder. So the next logical step, and I think we're speaking logically here. I think the match reaction yesterday was brilliant. I read a lot of the comments. I watched it back. I thought it was very, very calm, frustrated analysis, but not over the top. And I think this morning we will do the same. This is not sensationalist. I don't care for people who have their tissues out and a Bruno poster. I'm not bothered about Player FC, and I'm not bothered about Bruno's shit, let's get rid of him. I think Bruno is a fantastic player. I think he's a fantastic number 10. I think he's an accident in the midfield. And the next logical step is to drop Bruno. Potentially sell Bruno, obviously. I don't think we've got time to do that, but certainly drop Bruno. He is an absolute problem in that midfield. We don't need him as a number 10. He should be dropped from that midfield. And I think that if the penny hasn't dropped with Ruben Amorim, then it's going to cost him his job in the longer term. And that's not Amorim out. I mean, we're talking maybe in the next 18 months. But he cannot continue down this road. It is absolutely not right to be stood there after a game saying Bruno played badly. You could see he was playing badly, and you kept him on for 90 minutes in the midfield. Like, he should have been taken off. And to sit there and say Mainoo is the understudy to Bruno when you've just said Bruno played shit, that's just shocking to me. So we need to see Bruno taken out of that midfield, and we have to get to a point, and I will say this with total and utter conviction and honesty. I like Bruno Fernandes. He's been a brilliant servant to the club, and he's a very, very good number 10, but he is not a midfielder.